Good morning. I'm very excited to welcome you to Sanctuary at Rustic Canyon, developed and built by Pioneer Homes. I would like to introduce our team. My name is Desiree Eliason.
I'm Drew Shine.
I'm Nicandra Carbajal.
I'm Nick Fiore.
And I am Charles Manny.
The prospective site for acquisition is a 300-acre parcel located south of Concord, North Carolina, with plans to be annexed into the city by June of 2021. Sanctuary will be Concord's premier family-oriented community, offering 456 units of detached single-family homes consisting of 3 distinct product lines and 7 luxury floor plans to choose from. The project will be completed in 7 years and will deliver a 29% leveraged IRR. Anticipating a closing date of March 1st, 2021, we propose to purchase the land for $2.7 million. Now I'm passing it over to Drew with the market analysis.
Thank you, Desiree. Housing starts hit a decade record high in Concord in 2017, and building permits have been at a relatively steady rate for the past few years. The decrease in starts during 2020 is likely caused by the pandemic and low supply of land. Concord has seen a dwindling supply in the area, especially in certain price segments. This trend has caused resale values to skyrocket, allowing new homes to become more reasonable. Within a 5-mile radius, we show less than 9-month supply of current housing stock and slightly more than 16-month supply of vacant developed lots. We anticipate absorbing 20% of the market share as these communities begin to phase out. Compared to our major competitors, Sanctuary follows a similar pricing trend to Ryan Homes and Eastwood Homes. Our homes exhibit luxury finishes with larger lot sizes, which is why we are priced slightly above Ryan Homes. Mills of Rocky River, also a family-targeted community, began construction in 2007 and has closed 77 homes this past year. They also plan to build a new development, Campbell Farms, with the anticipation of building 144 homes. Alberta Ridge is a family-targeted community that has also closed 108 homes this past year. Sanctuary's location presents residents with excellent connectivity to Concord's downtown center, as well as Charlotte, the Concord Regional Airport, and multiple shopping and outdoor activities. These are some of the major attractions nearby, which make for an amazing family vacation. Research on demographics showed that Concord, North Carolina is one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. In fact, nearly 1/3 of the households in Cabarrus County are located within a 5-mile radius of our site. Our 5-mile radius is a median household income of $78,000, and across our CMA, median head of household is age 50. We have identified 3 target market segments which make up 47% of the consumers within a 5-mile radius of our site. Active partners are the entry-level consumer group we identified. They're around 30 years old and plan to start a family in the future. Young families are the primary group we plan to target. 94% of those families have children at home, and parents typically commute to work. Our elite segment are people in their early 50s who currently work in high-paying positions. In addition, we anticipate that a large portion of our buyers will be working remotely for the next 1 to 3 years. With this consideration in mind, our target market will likely desire more space to work comfortably from. Now on to Nicandra with an overview of the product development.
Thank you, Drew. At Sanctuary, we want to provide our residents with a vibrant luxury community where they can lead active and productive lifestyles in the company of neighbors and friends. We do this by offering amenities such as tennis courts, paved trails, and beautiful parks. Our 10,000 square foot clubhouse will offer many high quality amenities, such as a spinning studio with steam rooms as well as saunas, and it also has an event space. As you can see, when compared to Mills and Alberta Ridge, Sanctuary included more amenities than both. The homes at Sanctuary offer a level of luxury unlike our competitors, since our base specifications are considered luxury upgrades in other communities. Our homes are placed on much larger lot sizes with beautiful views, giving our residents more room to raise a family. We offer a total of 7 floor plans divided into 3 different series, each named after the respective lot sizes. Now on to our products. Our first series is the 75 series, which consists of 2 floor plans. Pictured here is our Roberts model. These efficiently designed homes afford buyers the space they need while upholding the quality and luxury typically seen in larger homes. This series is ideal for young partners and first-time homebuyers looking to expand while also wishing to preserve attainable living. This product has been proven successful in the Concord market by our local competitors. Our second series is the 85 series, which is our mid-sized option containing 3 floor plans. Our Pearson model is pictured here. Homebuyers have the room to raise their families and entertain guests thanks to our stunning floor plans. We are very excited to be bringing in the new series to the market. We strongly believe that the 85 series will strike the optimal balance between luxurious space and reasonable maintenance among our buyers. Our final series which is the 95 series, consists of 2 floor plans and our sanctuary's largest homes placed on our largest lots. The Gordon model is illustrated here. This series comes with many optional upgrades, including an additional bedroom and an upgraded kitchen. Now I'm passing it on to Charles with site design.
Thanks, Nicandria. The existing conditions of the site feature heavy vegetation, a floodplain, partially weathered rock, and some small areas of low residual soil, which are outlined in the geotechnical report. We have strategies in place to mitigate these potential risks, such as reworking or undercutting some of the non-supportive soils. The site is currently zoned as residential low density, and in order to keep as much of the natural amenities as possible, while remaining competitive and profitable, we are aiming for the residential village zoning classification. We believe this classification is realistic when comparing our site to nearby competitors. When designing the site plan, we wanted our design goals to align with the best interest and safety of our stakeholders. This is the complete site plan with a breakdown of lots by series. In order to promote an environment that was enticing to buyers, we were strategic with the way that our homes would be situated on the property. As shown in the site plan, the majority of the lots will have open space. This creates a heightened sense of connection to outdoors, space for residents to enjoy, and more privacy. Overall, aligning with our design goals, our 22 acres of open space will preserve natural vegetation, which creates a beautiful, relaxed setting. Easy access to bespoke amenities, such as a 10,000 square foot clubhouse with an Olympic-sized pool, and has 3.6 miles of walking trails to promote resident activity. When it comes to sustainability, we have made sure to respect, preserve, and complement the land where our development will be. Not only have we focused on the well-being of the environment, but we will also focus on the experience of our residents. This design has the potential to achieve a 4-star rating under the National Green Building Standard. At Pioneer Homes, we keep looking for ways to optimize our triple bottom line. At Sanctuary at Rustic Canyon, we focus on people, profit, and planet. First, with people, we strive to maximize resident comfort and safety. Next, with profit, we will save money on landscaping costs by preserving much of the natural vegetation as possible and will replant many of the trees that were uprooted. And lastly, with planet, we will work with the natural aspects of the land and strive to reduce our impact on it. We will also make it a priority to protect the local Rocky River from any pollution runoff. Now on to Nick with construction management.
Thank you, Charles. Construction at Sanctuary is tentatively scheduled out for our completion in the first quarter of 2028. Earthwork, utilities, and flatwork for each phase will begin about 4 months prior to the end of home construction in the previous phase to ensure that there is always new homes ready for purchase. Many of our parks and smaller amenities will be completed as our first residents are moving in, along with the clubhouse being completed by the end of phase 1. In creating this schedule, we were careful to account for holidays, delays, and a 5-day work week, which gives room for adding extra workdays should they be necessary. Similarly, due to the crew structure, if supply or demand exceeds supply, we can easily begin the earthwork and utilities for the upcoming phase at any point within the current phase's vertical construction. We expect about 6 to 7 starts per month for a total of 456 units over the life of the project. Due to the site's layout and limited main road access, one of our biggest challenges was developing a logistics plan which limited construction traffic through previous phases. However, through careful planning and strict measures, the issues with construction traffic are easily mitigated. In order to not have residents driving through large areas of open lots and to limit peak equity of developing full infrastructure of the site at the very beginning, we have phased the project as is seen here. Construction traffic will enter through the northern entrance for phases 2 through 4, with strict mitigation measures to reduce impacts to current residents' comfort. In terms of mitigation, construction traffic will be limited based on strict time schedules, as well as regular street sweeping measures in place throughout the duration of phases 3 and 4, and phases will work from the furthest end of the phase, working in towards the main roads. Similarly, for phases 3 and 4, we will be adding 2 more construction managers to maintain our schedule and mitigation measures. Across our site, lot premiums are set to range from $8,000 to $21,000, with our highest lot premiums being the larger lots which overlook the central lake and those which back onto the river. Through the estimate, we determined an average price per lot of $50,000, including amenities, walking trails, and infrastructure throughout the community. The overall cost of horizontal construction over 7 years is expected to be about $22.8 million. Now looking at the cost of vertical construction, we came to an average of $242,000 per lot, with a total cost of all vertical construction in the area of about $110.2 million over the life of the project. Pairing this with the schedule, peak equity is dispersed across each phase to ensure that there is never a point where peak equity is reached with zero return on investment. Next, Desiree is going to address sales and marketing.
Thank you, Nick. Our comprehensive marketing campaign has our team beginning operations in Q3 of 2021. There will be 2 sales agents and a marketing director. Sales bonuses will increase the salaries for both the agents and director. The total marketing budget will fall right below $5 million. Our marketing strategy plans to utilize both digital and physical forms in order to reach our target market. Digital media includes search engine optimization and a pay-per-click budget to increase the longevity and relevance of the website. Retargeting ads will keep our target market invested at a low cost. By utilizing all social media platforms, we can ensure that we conform to new ways of home buying. In addition to digital marketing, we also have physical marketing strategies. These will consist of signage on and near the site for the duration of the project, 3 model homes with expected completion February 2022, the Parade of Homes 2022, as well as local and regional publications running ads of our project. Now back to Drew with the financial analysis.
Thank you, Desiree. Our $2.7 million purchase price was determined using a sales comparison approach, assessor's value, and a goal-seeking analysis. The asking price of $3 million is fair. However, with the risks associated with land development, we believe it can be lower. We expect an average profit per lot of $83,000 with an average margin per plan of 8.5%. This investment opportunity will require a peak equity of $17.3 million in July of 2022 to deliver a leveraged internal rate of return of 29% and a gross total margin of 18%. With our financial model, we have several key assumptions, some given our anticipated leverage and others being derived from our market research, like our average annual absorption of 85 units. Our model includes a 5% contingency on all construction costs, along with a 5% annual compounding escalation for hard and soft costs. To keep our underwriting conservative, we forecasted no escalations on ASP. We tested the sensitivity of 4 key variables in the project. We found that ASP, construction costs, and absorption are among the most impactful on the project's profitability, with changes to ASP being our greatest concern. Regardless of the scenario, the project's peak equity is not altered significantly. Given our conservative underwriting, unique product offerings, and favorable location, coupled with strong market growth, we recommend capitalizing on this investment opportunity, bringing soulful luxury living to Concord. Thank you for your consideration, and a special thank you to our sponsors. This time, we'd love to take any questions that you may have.
Hey, good morning, team. Great work. Slides are very good. Presentation book was really strong as well. And we appreciate you getting up early. It's a little different time zone there. So I have a question to Drew, I guess, to go back to your last slide. You tested a couple different variables. Did you look at them compounded? Did you look at, cost going up, sales price going down, absorption going down all at the same time, or did you evaluate those independently?
We evaluated them independently, as we don't expect both conditions to happen at the same time, or at least to not that extent of 5% or 10% that we tested.
Okay. And then you had talked about a lower sales price from the landowner. What if they don't budge?
If they don't budge, we would be willing to take the $3 million offering price and still maintain a 27.7 internal rate of return.
Me too. I don't think I'd let it go if those numbers prove true. to go to the sales side real quick, and then I'll pass it on. I don't want to monopolize the time. So I guess your models are completed or scheduled to complete in February of 22, and your marketing campaign, I think I heard it correctly, started Q3 of 21. Can you talk about what sort of pre-sale activities you'll be doing, or if that's just a list generation period of time, and any details on that?
Yeah, so we expect to have 9 pre-sales, and our marketing does begin July of 2021. The model homes will start construction in September of 2021. So we have a couple months to really strategize and make an aggressive marketing campaign through those months.
Okay, and I apologize if it was in the package, but where will those pre-sales take place? Like where will your operations be centered before the models are done?
They would take place in that main area around the site. We also have sales offices located in the area, as well as general offices, which those pre-sales can work out of. And they will be able to tour our vacant developed lots and the pre-construction to really see what the site has to offer.
Great, appreciate it. Thank you all very much. I'll pass it on to Dan.
Great job, great written proposal, great presentation. Just a couple questions around the models. It looks like your model home construction, you're doing 3 units. Is that correct? And they're all kind of up in that by the main road. It looks like the framing for those is 45 days, right? I'm sure that's the duration of those 3 homes. Seems a little long, but then it looks like the road construction starts after the framing is done. Does that mean we're framing these things without roads installed?
So to answer that question, the road construction for the main road will be starting a little bit earlier, actually quite a bit earlier.
Right.
In 6 of 21. And then in September of 21, the model homes will be starting. So that main road should be completed by then, which being along that main road, we have that main road in, and then we'll get that road in front of the models done. And then the rest of the roads will be commencing as the models are being built. So that road in front of the models will already be completed prior to.
Got it. Okay, so you'll finish that little piece of road and then continue the rest of the road construction while the models are going up.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And then the stripping of the topsoil, right? You mentioned that, hey, you got to get rid of a bunch of this. Where's that dirt going to go? Where are you storing it? Are you taking it anywhere off site? And have those costs been accounted for?
Those costs have been accounted for in the estimate, but we have not selected a site as of yet for where that will be going.
Okay, but it is going off site, right? You're not storing it on site. Okay, and then just to talk about the product real quick. So you've elected to go with a strategy of including 10-foot ceilings, including some of these luxury features, right? And I think that's great. That's a very different strategy than the rest of your market, but I don't see where that's benefiting you. You're not increasing your sales pace. You don't have, I see there's option revenue, but I don't know where that's coming from if all the stuff's included. So one, how are you leveraging this decision over your competitors when you're not really picking up any extra sales pace and you can't really justify any of your option pricing? So why did you do it? And then what's the benefit of doing it and not just matching your competition with 9-foot ceilings and just more base features?
The 10-foot ceilings are just an additional thing that will draw in users to our market or consumers to our homes. And we believe that would be very successful among our target market of young families and growing children and stuff like that. So we do think that would draw in a crowd. And we also, that is another reason why our options are so high along with ASP.
So those things are not a part of the base house. You've got them as included options, and that's what you're calculating in your option cost. Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes sense. All right. Thank you.
Very good. I wrote down excellent or very good next to most of the categories. So that's pretty good start. So very well done. I thought the market analysis was actually the best one I've seen. with the data sources and a lot of information. And then I thought your product mostly tied to it, although I wasn't sure. Two things on that. One, you talk about the schools being so good there, but what are the schools specifically zoned for this site? And this target market of all these families, are the schools good on this particular site, or are they actually not so good?
They are pretty good. And we found that a large portion of our buyers will be deciding to go to private schools for most of their K through 12 education. And also the schools in Cabarrus County, which is our district, are very high rated, all upwards of B, I believe, according to niche.
I think that the one that this site is zoned for is actually a D-rated school, though. Did you guys research that or look at that?
I would have to review the market analysis, but I'd be happy to review that and check back with you after that.
That's okay. And then I thought, can you explain to me your sales and marketing and kind of commission program? Are you cooperating with outside realtors? And if so, what are you paying them? Or is it your strategy to just sell internal agents only and not co-op with outside realtors?
So we found that most of our buyers are going to have private realtors, and they're going to come in with those private realtors, and they'll be paid on a commission that is not connected with us. So it'll be their own commission with their own company. Our two sales agents will have a 1% commission on the houses, and then we have a 0.25% quarterly, 0.25% bonus of quarterly sales if the sales agents can reach 21 sales per quarter. And that is for the director as well as the agents, just to keep them all invested.
Yeah, I thought your internal commission and pay program made good sense and probably right at the market. So, but let's say I'm a customer and I come in with my own realtor, Dan's my realtor. I come in and buy a house from you for $350,000. Then I got to pay Dan $10,000 out of my own pocket?
We also have 1% accounted for in the budget under other sales costs, which will help transition our consumers to either use the in-house sales or have that base set up so that we can pay the 1% of that sale.
Yeah, I mean, that was my biggest complaint about the whole plan. I think I would imagine the market there, and I'm not sure what it is in Denver, it's a hot market there too, but in North Carolina, I imagine most people are paying 3% co-op and probably the builder's paying that. But I thought overall it was very, very good. So thank you.
All right, I echo what John said. I think the sales and marketing was probably the best that we saw out of any team, which is great. I do have some questions as well. So talk to me about this clubhouse and the amenities. We've got a 10,000 square foot clubhouse. I think you said Olympic sized swimming pool. I may have missed something. I missed something in one of the presentations yesterday where I was looking at the pessimistic scenario. So if I'm missing something, let me know. I had a hard time finding where you were accounting for the costs of the clubhouse and pool. Where are those accounted for, and how much does the clubhouse, pool, and all the amenities cost?
We accounted for 1.6 million, if my memory serves me correctly, for those costs, and the HOA fee will also contribute to the cost of those items as well.
Okay, so is $1.6 million enough for a 10,000 square foot clubhouse and a pool that's Olympic sized? That seems really low to me for something of that size.
So based on our research of the pricing in the area, the 1.6 million accounts for the majority of that clubhouse and pool. And then we also have an area set off for a coffee shop that will come in and do its own fitting out, like a Starbucks type coffee shop that will be its own business as part of that 10,000 square feet that will come in and do its own fitting out and finishes for itself.
Okay, and are we renting that to them, or are we selling that space as a condo? How are we?
We'll be leasing that out to the Starbucks or whatever company comes in for that space. And then that will also serve as our food counter for our swimming pool area.
Okay, and then as far as the amenities go, you've got an HOA fee of $68 a month, and I'm as a resident, I'm saying $68 a month for a 10,000 square foot clubhouse and an Olympic sized pool. That's great. Is it high enough? Is that enough to maintain a facility of that size?
So our $68 fee covers a good amount of our allocated cost as well as the ongoing maintenance. It covers what needs to keep the amenities running, but a lot of our amenities don't need ongoing maintenance. For example, our tennis courts and our walked paved trails. So the $68 does cover the clubhouse that needs to have ongoing maintenance.
Okay. And then on the cash flow statement, I see that you're actually recognizing HOA revenue, which I assume are these HOA fees. But I didn't see a line specifically, and again, maybe it's somewhere else, and that's my question is, I didn't see a line for maintenance of the community center and the pool and things like that. Did you account for those costs, or are we recognizing that revenue without matching them up to the corresponding cost?
They're included in the salary portion. We added a contingency in the salary category, and then also included in the other sales cost category as well.
Okay, so they're there, but maybe just in some different categories that I wouldn't have expected them to be. Okay, and then last question. So you guys talk about some sustainability features. You talk about getting, a target of 65 for HERS rating. Are we paying for HERS tests for every house, or are we just doing it for one and then saying the rest should be this much?
Thank you for that question. I will actually have to consult my internal team for that. But I do want to say that a lot of the like sustainability things that we are implementing do come standard, but we also do have a array of things that are optional, such as solar panels, which can contribute to a higher score for that.
Sure. And then just to kind of piggyback on the sustainability. So I know one of the things that you did break out was to say that you had I think it was like R38 blown in insulation in the walls. Can you tell me what the marginal price difference to go from kind of the standard R16 or R19, if you're in 2x6 walls, that insulation to that R38 blown in?
I'm actually not quite sure of that, so I will also have to talk to them about that. But when most of these things, they do have a higher cost of them because they are more energy efficient. But most of the time you will see that return by not having to replace things as much and the savings that the buyers would also get from that.
Yeah, and so what you just said is exactly, and I've kind of brought this up with a lot of schools. So the cost benefit analysis, a lot of schools that we see is exactly what you guys did, is saying it's not that much upfront for us to pay for it, but then the buyers are the ones that are getting the savings, which is absolutely true. So the bridge that we've got to get to connect those two things are, how much premium are we charging for this? Because the buyers are the ones reaping the savings, right? So why should we as the developer pay more for them to have something that's going to save them money unless we are capturing extra revenue or charging them for those upgrades? So really nitpicky stuff. You guys did a fantastic job. Really well done.
I think that's all our questions. Anybody else?
No, we're good.
Nope, we're good. Great job, team.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.